Like if you don't really mess with your hair, it's going to be thicker in general. Keep in mind, you still need to keep it clean, okay? Hello everybody, it's me Tania of THIN LOCS Life. Thank you for coming back to the channel. If you have seen your girl before, I really do appreciate you stopping by again. If you've never checked me out, I encourage you to stick around throughout this whole video and check out some more of my content. I will have it linked down in the description box below. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about interlocking or how to protect my roots whenever I go long periods without interlocking my hair, okay? So I do feel the need to iterate that I am not a lock professional. I'm not a lock professional. I've just been doing my own hair for pushing 10 years. I do my husband's hair as well. And I've learned a lot about my hair in the last almost decade, and my hair is almost to my waist. Well, it's actually at my waist. You know, I have over 15-inch long locks on average. And ever since I started taking care of my own hair, my hair has flourished. I have gone to beauticians before I went natural in general, and they really tore my hair up. And I have trust issues when it comes to professionals. I'm not even going front because I've gone through some hair horror stories, and I might get into those in the future. And I'm not trying to say that all beauticians or locticians are bad. I'm just saying that you just need to be wary when you're going to a professional. I've even had people email me and tell me their hair as a result of having a bad hair experience with a professional. So be wary. If you're going to get your hair done at a professional, be wary, okay? That said, I'm going to be sharing some tips based on my experience of just trial and error and working with my hair. I am a semi-free former. I've been locked for over 5.5 years. I have thin locks. I'm probably one of the few YouTubers who has semi-free form thin locks. There are a lot of semi-free formers on YouTube that generally have thicker locks, and I think I give some good insight for people who have locks about the size of mine to give you a good idea of the size of my locks. They're a little bit smaller than the size of a number 2 pencil. And yeah, we're going to get into this. So the main thing that a lot of people are probably already aware of is that you need to be cognizant, okay, of how you are manipulating your hair when you're trying to protect your roots during that period that you are stretching your interlocking, okay? If you are just pulling your locks every which way, then you are really putting your hair at risk for breakage. What I would say is, you know, it depends on how long your hair is, but I would say naturally whenever you're pulling your hair in a ponytail or just doing whatever you need to do with it, move it using the middle of the lock shaft. And then also when you put your hair in a ponytail, whenever you get all the hair in there, kind of pull, give a little bit of give, pull a little bit of that out, you know, so you don't have so much tension on the roots. And also it's important for you to know that whenever you are manipulating your hair in general, I don't have a lot of new growth to show because since my last lock video, I have interlocked my hair and I use the safety pin method. Please keep in mind that that little part of your lock that where the new growth and the lock shaft meet, that little junction, that point, is one of the most vulnerable parts, if not the most vulnerable part of your lock outside of the new growth. So when you pull on your lock, you know, outside of like pulling the hair from the root where you see that little bulb, you can also, a person could also thin their hair out at that little junction if they're just manipulating their hair too much or too tightly. So be wary of that, especially if you are a new locker. Another thing I would suggest that you be wary of whenever you're trying to stretch your locks is the products that you're using. I personally do not use I don't use any heavy products on my hair actually at all. Like I just don't use heavy products. I don't condition my hair at all. I do hot oil treatments, and I don't put heavy moisturizing creams or anything in my hair. The main reason is because, one, I don't want any lock buildup, because lock buildup can contribute to breakage in general. And then another thing is it can make this part of your lock, especially if you are just putting the product in your hair like this, it can make this part of your lock heavier, which can put a lot of tension on this part of your lock and add to breakage. So, and I've mentioned this in another one of my videos. I'll link it, I'll put it right here, but I'll also link it in the description box below. Another thing is to keep your scalp clean. When you keep your scalp clean, you also mitigate potential breakage or damage, because when you keep your scalp clean, there's going to be a certain level of buildup anyway, because that's just how locks are. But when you keep your scalp clean, you keep the sebum, products, and just environmental stuff at bay, and then that won't build up on your roots and that junction of your lock where it's very vulnerable. So keeping your scalp clean is another important part of safely stretching your hair. So yeah, like those are the main things that I would suggest. Just to recap very quickly, be very careful how you're manipulating your hair. I wouldn't be styling my hair a lot if I had a lot of new growth, and I would be very careful how I move my hair whenever I'm putting it in ponytails. When you're putting it in ponytails, always give your roots a little give by pulling, you know, just tugging a little bit and making sure it's not a lot of tension on the roots. Keep in mind that the products you're using, try to lean towards lighter products, and then keeping your scalp clean. So yeah, that's essentially it. Just a little quick video for those of you who are interested in how I keep my hair safe whenever I'm stretching. Like I said, I probably interlock 3 to 4 times a year, but sometimes I'll do a light retwist. Generally speaking, I'll do it without clips, but the last couple of times I've been using clips. And I just really am a low maintenance locker, if we're just being honest. I'm a low maintenance locker. I don't do a lot to my hair at all. I don't style my hair like that. And yeah, the less you do your hair, the more it's going to be thick. Even if you have generally thinner hair, the less you do to your hair, the healthier it's going to be. And that's just what it is. I mean, I'm not even just saying that to be saying that. Like, if you don't really mess with your hair, it's going to be thicker in general. Keep in mind, you still need to keep it clean, okay? But just don't be doing too much to your hair and you'll be good, okay? So yeah, that's essentially it. Check out the lock content in the description box below. And I'm going to be making another video on the difference between the 2-point rotation and the 4-point rotation. I've gotten some questions on that. And if you have any specific lock questions you would like for me to just breeze over or just give you my insight on, please leave those questions in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.